This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty. The analysis reflects legal commentary based on publicly available information at the time of the publication. This is the case that was supposed to expose corruption at the highest level. A case involving 255 million meant to protect valuable communities from dangerous asbestos roofing. A case that brought together politicians, businessmen, and senior government officials. And yet today, years later, the trial has not even begun. This is not just about corruption. This is about delays, a story about power, a story about whether justice in South Africa can truly keep up when the stakes are this high. How it all begins. The origin of this case lies in the government project that, on paper, was meant to save lives. Across the Free State, thousands of homes were still covered with asbestos roofing and material linked to serious health risks, including respiratory disease and cancers. To address this crisis, the government allocated 255 million. The goal was simple: remove the asbestos, replace it, and protect communities. But according to investigators, this is not what happened. Instead, the project became a center of one of the most significant corruption scandals in the province. Where did this money go? At the heart of the allegation is how the contract was awarded. The state alleges that the proper procurement processes were not followed. Instead, the contract was awarded to a joint venture involving companies linked to businessman Edwin Sondi. These companies allegedly received millions of rand, yet the work, according to the state, was either incomplete, irregular, or deeply flawed. This raises a central question. If the money was spent, why were the asbestos roofs still out there? The accused. This is not a case involving or two individuals. It involves 18 accused, all facing more than 70 charges, including fraud, corruption, theft, and attempted theft, and money laundering. Among them are some of the most recognizable politicians and administrative figures in the Free State, including former Premier Ace Magashule, his former personal assistant Moradi Kolota, businessman Edwin Sonti, former MEC Sarah Mlamela, and former HOD Timotse Moketsi. All of them have denied wrongdoing. All of them are out on bail, and all of them are still waiting for trial to begin. The first delay. From the first beginning, the case was being marked by delays, legal challenges, procedural dispute, and administrative complications have all contributed to the slow progress. At first, these delays were seen as normal for a complex case involving multiple accused and extensive evidence. But as time passes, those delays began to raise concerns because the longer the case takes to reach trial, the harder it becomes to maintain momentum and public trust. Return to the court. On 9 February of April 2026, the case returned to court in Bloemfontein. There was anticipation and expectation that this would finally be the moment where the case moved forward, but instead, the opposite happened. The case remained stuck in the pre-trial phases. Once again, the possibility of further delays became a reliability. Legal representation crisis. At the center of the latest development is a crisis issued involved accused number 1, Ntomtse Mokesi. Since 2026, Mokesi had no legal representation after his lawyer withdrew to financial constraints. In a case of this scale, it is a serious problem because without legal representations, the trial cannot proceed fairly. Moketsi has now turned into Legal Aid South Africa for assistance. However, Legal Aid has indicated that it intends to oppose his application, which introduces another layer of legal complexity. This issue may require a review before High Court judges, potential adding even more delays in this case. Strategy of necessity. Another major development comes when former Premier Magashula formally requested that the trial be postponed to 2027. This request has raised critical questions. Supporters argued that it is necessary to ensure a fair trial in such a complex case. Critics, however, sees a pattern where time becomes strategic tool, where delays become accused, and where justice becomes increasingly difficult to achieve a same passes. The next court date. The court has now set a new pre-trial date for 20 August 2026. However, even this development reflects the unusual state of the case. Only the accused are required to attend, while their legal are not. The presiding judge expressed concern that prolonged delay could lead to disengagement from the accused, which could further complicate efforts to achieve accountability. The bigger picture. This case is not happening in isolation. It reflects broader challenges within the justice system, particularly when dealing with complex corruption cases involving powerful individuals. The system must balance fairness with efficiency. But when cases that takes years to begin, publicly confidence begin to erode. The delay in this case are becoming symbolic for larger issues and extend beyond the single prosecutions. Justice on trial. In many ways, this case is no longer just about corruption. It's about justice itself. The question is no longer simple who is guilty. The question is whether justice can be delivered at all. Because when delays becomes prolonged, the integrity of this process itself is placed under scrutiny. Who else is next? As it stands, the trials has not begun. The delay continues, and the possibility of 27 trials is now very real, which means that for now, justice remains out of reach. But this case has already revealed something deeper. It has shown how powerful complexity and time can insert in way the challenge is accountable. And so, when we left with questions that goes beyond this case, beyond the 255 million, beyond the Free State itself, if a case it begins can be delayed for this long, if this many accused can wait years without trial, and if this much public money can disappear without resolution, then we must also question that is now a possibility to ignore or who else is next. That concludes our analysis. Thank you for watching the sim. If you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing for clear, factual legal analysis. Until next time, stay informed.